it's interesting because you get some very conflicting messages from some of these same people. If you look at Beyonce and Destiny's Child, independent woman, I can buy my own. I can buy my own stuff. I don't have to compromise myself by not wearing clothes, you know. And on top of that, they have to flaunt how lazy these black men are, these so-called soldiers that they want, you know. You trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Silly me, why haven't I found another? You trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Silly me, why haven't I found another? But years later, she and Jay-Z are crawling around in Automate Picard, whatever this, and all these things that I have no idea what they mean, you know, donning a supposedly upper class, but actually it's just a very, you know, hungry middle class consumerist ethic in their lives, and this is what they're promoting. And yet they have some very contradictory messages, but at the center of all of this is that money will set us free. Money is the key to all this. Now, I say to myself, both men and women are colluding in this, and they both reinforce each other very strongly. You know, they're saying the same things. You know, to go even further, our diva here, you know, years ago she was talking about, can you pay my bills? And now,
damn, that was so good. I want to buy him a short set.
You know what I mean? Damn, that was so good. I want to buy him a short set. I want to buy him this, I want to buy him that. She's made it. She's the man role in this situation, you know. There's no longer the sugar daddy, she's a sugar mama. And this is very frightening, I would say, because who do these images serve? Who do these images serve? So then you start to look at who's the main audience for these. It's a commercial audience. It's a money-driven economy that drives hip-hop, that drives these images, and not the people that produce them. Because I would wonder if Beyonce in her personal life, I don't know Beyonce, but I'm saying, I wonder if in her personal life, she wants Jay-Z to be walking around in, you know, wife beaters and jeans, meaning she wants a man who beats her and subordinates her, that the way that she claims to and subordinates herself in these videos. I wonder if any of these women actually want this in their personal lives, and if they do, this is when they talk about the destruction of the black family. Because look at how we're set up here. We're setting up men and women both calling for the same thing, a soldier hustler with a hoe, okay? So we're just pimping each other. And this is kind of the destructiveness in our society that I think many people really struggle with. It's likely what turns many people to religious fundamentalism. I have a cousin who, yeah, they become Christian fundamentalists, so much so that they voted for George Bush based on, you know, his homophobic policies to define marriage as, you know, strictly between a man and a woman. And, you know, the fallacy of it all is that most people who marry in America get divorced. So the sort of heterosexual marriage thing isn't working out. We have to be critical of these images, and that's my point, is that we have to be critical of these images. So much so that I think that we don't even realize that once we were a people who celebrated our lives, even in the irony, and this is what I love about the black aesthetic that people can hear easily in black music, is that we can be critical through irony, and not just promoting these images, because I actually do find that there's a difference between, you know, Ike Turner writing lyrics for Tina Turner and she's singing them, and people have to sit there and look, you know, and years later know that, okay, so there's this man who's beating the hell out of this woman, making her go on stage and give a full, flat-out performance every night, and they make a hell of a lot of money and they're hugely successful. And you listen to a lot of the lyrics, and it's very clear to me, perhaps not to others, I don't know, that many of the lyrics are very They're again in the male gaze. You know, much of this economy is towards titillating the heterosexual male gaze, and so it's interesting to see a woman like Tina Turner performing these songs, where she's, you know, very rightfully within that context, showing men what they want, but it's also very ironic, and so I want to leave you with one of my favorites. Sweet Rhode Island Red, which I think shows the irony of all these images. I was fully matured by the time I reached the age of 10. A mulatto is what they called me. And us mulattoes had no trouble at all with men. All men say that I'm as sweet as honey, 'cause I'm a 38 and 22 at the time, and they call me Sweet Rhode Island Red. Sweet Rhode Island Red. Ride it, Tina. And what I'm saying is, you look at all the Shakiras, you look at all the Beyoncés, you look at the Britney Spears, you look at the Madonnas, you look at all these divas, these pop divas, who compromise themselves, you know, to bleach their hair to fit into this long-haired, exotic, blonde, you know, licentious, just woman who's just bursting with sex and sexuality. To sell any message, but look at the messages that they're selling. Money, sex, and that's power. And they're reinforcing it over and over and over again. And that black music is doing that doesn't mean that black people are any more liberated, or doesn't mean that any people on the planet are any more free of those norms. And yet and still, here we are. Think about it, please.